All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going to break down the massive, absolutely unprecedented scale of the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup. Seriously, if you thought previous tournaments were big, well, you haven't seen anything yet. For millions of people, just attending a football match on this stage is a lifelong dream. And in 2026, we're looking at a fundamental shift in how the world's most popular sport operates. We are literally moving from a simple global tournament into an absolute titan of an event.
So it begs the question, how do you make the biggest sporting event in history even bigger? The 23rd edition of this global celebration is bringing structural and financial changes that are, frankly, going to blow your mind. It's not just about slapping a few extra games onto the calendar. Oh no. It's a complete reimagining of the tournament's footprint and its commercial viability. We are officially stepping into the era of the Super Tournament, and the implications for players, fans, and host economies are just massive.
Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The biggest World Cup ever. 2. Format changes, 48 teams. 3. 3 nations, 16 epic stadiums. 4. The multi-billion-dollar business. And 5. Mind-blowing World Cup trivia.
Section 1. The biggest World Cup ever. Unprecedented scale. When we put these two tournaments side by side, you can truly appreciate the staggering 62.5% increase in total match inventory. I mean, we are jumping from 64 games in Qatar to an incredible 104 matches in North America. To put that into perspective, that is a whole month and a half of relentless daily competition. The action is going to span 39 days. It stretches the content lifecycle and guarantees sustained excitement for well over a month. It's a total game changer that completely rewrites the endurance requirements for every single team involved.
Section 2. Format changes. 48 teams. A new path to glory.
The introduction of 48 teams completely rewrites the tournament mechanics. It opens the door for more regional markets and debutante nations to step right onto the global stage. This new progression means that a champion like Argentina, defending their title, is now going to have to survive 8 intense games instead of the traditional 7. And because the 8 best third-place teams advance, every single group stage match is going to carry immense weight. There are literally no dead rubber games anymore. Every single minute on the pitch matters for qualification.
Moving on to Section 3. 3 nations, 16 epic stadiums. The stage is set.
To manage the monumental logistical feat of co-hosting this event across Canada, Mexico, and the United States, the 16 host cities are cleverly grouped into 3 geographical regions. We've got Western, Central, and Eastern. This is a brilliant strategy because it manages travel times for both teams and fans during that expanded 39-day window. You've got iconic venues stepping up, everything from the legendary Azteca in Mexico City to the perfect, ultra-modern football stadium setups in places like New York and Toronto. And all of those regions ultimately lead here. MetLife Stadium in New York and New Jersey won't just host the final match on July 19, 2026. It's also going to feature a first-ever American-style halftime show. This is a massive cultural addition. It merges traditional football with the huge spectacle of American pop culture to broaden the sport's global appeal even further. It's a highly strategic move to turn a sports final into a global entertainment monolith.
Now this right here brilliantly illustrates the hidden complexities of a super tournament. Researchers from the University of Tennessee and Michigan State literally had to engineer custom grass to ensure identical playing conditions. Whether a match takes place in an open-air arena or a domed football stadium, these researchers are using precise hybrids like 84% Kentucky bluegrass mixed with ryegrass to guarantee a perfect pitch. Can you even imagine the pressure of growing thousands of acres of identical grass across wildly different climate zones?
Section 4. The multi-billion-dollar business. Economics of 2026. So why exactly is this tournament projecting such astronomical financial growth? Well, by utilizing massive, high-capacity NFL stadiums and implementing dynamic ticketing, matchday revenues are projected to see a mind-boggling 215.8% growth. We're talking about a leap from $950 million in Qatar to a projected $3 billion in North America. The sheer capacity difference between traditional venues and these massive NFL-sized arenas is what drives this. The scale of commercialization here is truly unprecedented.
And that brings us to the record-breaking new prize money pool of $871 million. That's nearly double the $440 million awarded in 2022. The financial stakes riding on a football match have absolutely never been higher. This creates immense pressure on federations and offers truly life-changing incentives for the players on the pitch. Every goal, every save, and every victory translates into massive financial windfalls for the competing nations.
With total cycle revenue expected to hit $13 billion, the wealth distribution changes everything. Even a team eliminated in the very first group stage is guaranteed a massive $12.5 million payday. For smaller, developing football nations, that kind of funding can revolutionize their entire sports infrastructure. We're talking funding for youth academies, training facilities, and coaching programs that will last for generations.
Section 5. Mind-blowing World Cup Trivia. The history to beat. Let's close out our explainer by looking at the incredible legacy records players will be chasing and uncover a surprising fact about FIFA 2026's historic context along the way.
Before we reveal the answer on the next slide, I want you to think about the game's greatest legends. Is the all-time leading goal scorer in the World Cup a modern superstar or a classic icon? Take a quick second to guess who holds this ultimate scoring crown.
Did you guess it? Germany's Miroslav Klose tops the chart with 16 goals over his incredible career. He was an absolute master of positioning and timing. Though it's definitely worth noting that France's Just Fontaine still holds the mind-blowing record for the most goals in a single tournament, hitting the back of the net 13 times in just the 1958 edition alone. It's a single tournament record that will likely never be broken.
Now, longevity in this tournament is incredibly rare. The physical toll and the 4-year gap between events make this next record truly phenomenal. Any guesses on who has stepped onto the pitch for the most World Cup matches of all time?
The legendary Lionel Messi holds this title with 26 appearances. Surviving 5 cycles of this grueling tournament requires unparalleled physical and mental endurance. He's played across 5 different World Cups, racking up 13 goals and co-holding the all-time assist record alongside Diego Maradona. Seeing if he returns to extend this record in 2026 is, without a doubt, one of the biggest storylines in all of sports right now.
To truly understand World Cup greatness, we have to look at the man who conquered the globe repeatedly. Winning once, that's a lifetime achievement. Winning multiple times elevates you to a godlike status in the sport. So, which player has won the most World Cups in a career? The great Pelé is in a class of his own with 3 titles. And remember, he burst onto the scene in 1958, becoming the youngest player to ever score in a World Cup final at just 17 years and 249 days old. It's a remarkable record that still stands today, highlighting just how rare his generational talent really was.
Furthermore, Brazil's national legacy is completely unmatched. They boast 5 titles and 76 match wins, the most of any country in history. In fact, they're the only team that has never missed a single edition of the tournament since it began back in 1930, firmly cementing their status as the ultimate footballing nation.
As we prepare for 104 matches across North America, the biggest question is whether this massive expansion will dilute the overall quality of the games or give us the greatest Cinderella stories the sport has ever seen. Teams like Curaçao, Uzbekistan, and Cape Verde are pushing to make their debuts on the grandest stage. So, I'll leave you with this. Will a 48-team tournament water down the competition, or will 2026 give us the most magical underdog stories in history? What do you think?